It's the news we've all been waiting for. Only days out from the premiere of the brand new Animaniacs revival series, Warner Brothers and Steven Spielberg's Amblin Entertainment have announced another classic 90s cartoon reboot is on the way. Before we get into this, don't forget to hit that like button down below. It does wonders in getting my content out there, and if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to keep up to date on all my content going forward. That's right, they're tiny, they're toony, they're back for a rebooty. Sorry, I know that is awful. It's not my joke, that was in the press release. Tiny Toon Adventures, Warner's precursor to the original Animaniacs, is getting its own revival series. In news that will surprise and please the many fans who've been speculating as to whether we'd get one following the announcement of Animaniacs reboot set for the Hulu streaming service on November 20. While Animaniacs will head to Hulu, the new Tiny Toons, titled Tiny Toons Looniversity, will find a more apt home on Warner Brothers' HBO Max streaming service and Cartoon Network. Amblin's press release notes that it will be an all-new half-hour animated comedy series and will come to us under a 2-season straight-to-series order that will see Steven Spielberg return as executive producer. Erin Gibson of the Throwing Shade podcast will serve as showrunner and co-executive producer, while Nate Cash of Adventure Time is also on board as co-executive producer. The press release goes on to give us a small synopsis of the new series. Babs, Buster Bunny, and the rest of the gang follow their comedic ambitions all the way to Acme Looniversity, the esteemed institution of higher hijinks learning, where young dreamers become professional toons. Here they form long-lasting friendships with one another and perfect their cartoony craft, while studying under the greatest cartoon characters in history, the Looney Tunes. Tom Ascheim, president of Warner Brothers Global Kids, Young Adults and Classics, says, Tiny Toons Looniversity will capture all the clever, subversive and smart humour that made Tiny Toon Adventures such a standout series. Fans old and new will love to laugh at and with these characters all over again. While Sam Register, president of Warner Brothers Animation and Cartoon Network Studios, says, for many kids, Tiny Toons was their introduction to the world of Looney Tunes, and over time, Buster, Babs, Plucky, and all the characters grew to be just as beloved by an entire new generation. The continuation of our great creative partnership with Amblin Television will bring these characters back for fans of all ages to enjoy. And Daryl Frank and Justin Falvey, co-presidents of Amblin Television, say, these smart, hilarious, and cheeky characters have left an indelible impression on the childhoods of so many. We're thrilled to be able to continue our relationship with Warner Brothers Animation, HBO Max, and Cartoon Network to reimagine the Tiny Toons for new audiences. And we know that fans of the original series will be just as excited to share the show with their children as they will be to revisit a childhood favourite. So essentially, what we can pull from this is that the new Tiny Toon series will be very much the same as the original, particularly in plot, tone, and comedic style. By the sounds of that synopsis, it appears that this may be more of a hard reboot than a revival like the Animaniacs series, which is set 20 odd years later and continues in the same universe and timeline as the 90s series. It appears, especially judging by this piece of concept art released by Amblin, that animation design should be fairly similar as well, though with more of a modern, angular edge, the likes of which we have actually recently seen from the new Animaniacs series. What's exciting is the mention of Looney Tunes characters making appearances. These guys were such a big part of the original, and to reboot Tiny Toons without them would be just plain wrong. It just wouldn't work. It's going to be super exciting to get more Toon content, especially alongside HBO Max's current Looney Tunes cartoons revival series. Hopefully the characters will appear in those same new Looney Tunes cartoons designs, opening up some great possibilities for potential Tiny Toon crossovers into those Looney Tunes cartoon shorts, and maybe even appearances in the upcoming Space Jam sequel, A New Legacy. One crossover that seems a little more up in the air, however, is a Tiny Toons Animaniacs collab. It's something that fans have been shouting for a while now, particularly as Tiny Toons characters made various appearances in the original Animaniacs. However, despite the fact that both new series are produced by Warner Animation Group and Amblin Entertainment, having them both hosted on separate streaming services instead of under the one universal hub may cause some kind of problems. Additionally, thanks to the fact that one series is a reboot and one is a revival, additional issues could be encountered. That said, nothing is impossible, so we'll just have to stay tuned on that one. I'm sorry guys, that one was not in the press release, that's all on me. If you'd like to keep up to date with all the biggest cartoon news, don't forget to like and subscribe to see more regular installments like this. And if you're keen on diving deep into the history of all your favourite animated characters, don't forget to check out my continuing Cartoon Evolution series linked at the end of the video. And at that, it's over to you. What are your thoughts on the upcoming Tiny Toon reboot? Are you excited or are you a little bit nervous? Fry away down in the comments below and let me know your thoughts. Hey everyone, if you haven't yet, smash that big old subscribe button up on your screen to keep up to date with all my content and hit that like button down below. Also, don't forget to check me out on social media and please consider supporting me over on Patreon for as little as $1 a month for exclusive videos, early access content, and to get your name up on the screen. Thanks again for watching.